Wow. Are you kidding me? I'm in Canyonlands National Park, Utah, and the scenery is absolutely incredible. I can't wait to get out and start taking some pictures. I just hope I can do it justice, because this is incredible. Oh, huge canyons, desert landscape. I've never photographed something like this really before, and I'm super excited. Let's go take some pictures! So, just started my hike. I think it'll take me about 3.5, 4 hours to get to my campsite, which is kind of down in this canyon. So, yeah, I'm just gonna keep trucking away. I'd also like to add that I realize I look like an idiot. I mean, I'm wearing camouflage pants like I'm gonna go hunting or something, an Argentina soccer jersey, and then a straw sombrero. I tried to find any other hat to protect me from the sun, and I wasn't about to go buy a new one. I just couldn't find my hat. So I had this sitting in the back of my car. I'm just gonna keep trucking through this desert landscape and talk to you guys later when I'm gonna sit down and rest, and I'll talk a little bit about the desert here and then see if we can find some compositions. So I've actually found 3 compositions. They're all these little trees, and they're all within like 50 yards of each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and shoot them. Middle of the day though, so the sun's super bright. Right now it's behind a cloud. But don't let anyone tell you you can't shoot in the middle of the day. You just have to think black and white. And with black and white, you have to think contrast. So I actually want the sun to come out and just be bright, shine on this tree that's right here, and it'll just create some nice, oh, almost slipped. It'll create some nice light and shadows, and all the texture in the bark will really show up. And we'll see if it works. And then there's another tree over there I'm gonna photograph. And then the third one, which I think will be my favorite, is down there. I'm just gonna hand hold because it's gonna be so bright. I don't need to set up the tripod. I'll be just fine like this. So when the sun comes out, I'll take some pictures and show you guys what I get. Let me walk over here to the final composition. And the reason I really like this one, even though I haven't taken the picture yet, is because it's so simple. We've got another dead tree with just a big rock in the background. And that big rock really just makes it draws all the attention to the subject, which is the dead tree. Just a tree and a rock. So that tree is really gonna stand out, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. Again, let me take the picture. This is where the trail took me, and somehow I don't think it's the right way. So I thought I'd have a quick rest here with this awesome view. There's something about the desert. It's beautiful in a kind of desolate way. I mean, look at these rock formations and the deep rust red in the rocks. Deep canyons, and it's incredible. It's something else. I kind of get myself into a weird peace of mind sometimes when I'm out on a trip photographing, because I start to worry that I'm not going to do the scenery justice and my photos aren't going to be that good. And I've invested a lot of time and energy and even some money. I had to pay $30 to camp out here just to take some photos, and I start to worry, like, what if I come out of this trip without any pictures? And I don't have enough faith in my own photographic abilities to feel confident that I'm going to get a good picture. But I don't know. I guess you just have to remember it's also just about the fun of being in the outdoors and camping and just being around this awesome scenery. And if I don't get a picture, I don't get a picture. At least I've got this video to remember the trip by and everything. But that's all I have to say about that, I guess. I mean, don't get caught up. I don't know if anyone else feels like this when they go on a big trip where they've invested a lot of time and stuff planning. But don't forget to just enjoy the experience, I guess. But I will say the campsite I'm going to, I pretty much already know it's not a very scenic spot, or it's not very conducive for landscape photography. It's just in the middle of this canyon and it doesn't look that pretty, but I didn't have many options to choose from. So I'm just going to make the best of that situation, camp the night, and tomorrow do a little more exploring in another section of the park. Alright, I'm going to get my move on again. So, oh my gosh, you hear that echo? So I'm in the canyon that I'm spending the night in, and I've been exploring up and down this canyon. First of all, looking for a spot to set up my tent, because the ranger said don't set it up in the riverbed. I mean, there's nothing but riverbed, so I don't know where I'm going to go for that. And then I'm looking for compositions, but it's just stuff like this, stuff like this. It's I just can't find anything. And I'm a firm believer in that there's always a composition to be had somewhere. You just gotta find it. But this is gonna be a little bit difficult. I'm kind of struggling right now. So this area right here, this is the best I can do, I think. Alright, let's set up camp. There she is. I can definitely say I've never slept somewhere like here before. Now begins the challenge, but also the fun part of trying to find a composition somewhere in this canyon. The sun is going to effectively set pretty early because we are in a canyon, so everything is going to be in shadow pretty soon. Yeah, so I'm just walking around trying to find something before that sun sets. Well, in my search for a composition, I found a bighorn sheep. Got my long lens out. I think they can be aggressive, but he looked at me and just continued to eat, so I don't think he's very concerned about me. So I'm gonna see if I can get a photo. I'm turning into a wildlife photographer. Oh man. Oh, is he following me? Wow. So it was hard to get a good photo of him because he was in the shade and he was like silhouetted against that bright sky. But he started kind of like stomping his feet a little bit and looking at me, and then came down. He started to walk towards me, and that's when I was like, nope, I'm getting out of here, because he had some pretty big horns. I don't want him to ram me. I mean, I could probably kick his ass, but I think the rangers wouldn't be happy with that. Alright, so I'm going to get set up here with the 17 to 40. I think I'm going to throw the polarizer on just to darken the sky a little bit, and I will see if it has any effect on these rocks. So it's a simple scene, kind of a plant and then this cool like desert landscape in the background. I had to make sure my shadow wasn't in it, because my shadow was in it at first. Compositionally, I'm just putting the bush in the right third, so using the rule of thirds there. And as far as camera settings, ISO 100, f11, that's plenty enough to get everything in focus. And then 1/25 of a second. Here we go, 2-second delay. And just like that, I'm in the shadows. This happened in like 2 minutes. Look at the scene now. This is how important light is. This would not work as a photograph. There's no light here. Less than that, there's shadow. I mean, the extreme between the shadow and the brightness on the rocks there just makes it impossible. I mean, everything's in shadow now. So I'm just gonna walk back to camp and debate whether I wanna do any night sky photography. I don't know if I'm really just feeling it tonight. I don't know. I feel like I say that a lot. Like, oh, I might do some night sky photography, and then I always end up doing it, but this time I don't know if I will. Anyway, it's time to head back to camp, get some food, get some rest, and just relax. Get a good night's sleep. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for joining me here in this amazing national park known as Canyonlands, Utah. If you live in Utah, I'm very jealous right now because there's so much to see. Even just driving here, I was like, wow, look at these mountains, look at these canyons. Incredible state. Thanks for watching. Be safe out there, have fun shooting.